On Monday, MSNBC host Rachel Maddow broke the news that Donald Trump's lawyers met with Georgia prosecutors who are investigating him for election meddling, based at least partly on phone calls he made to the governor and Secretary of State, demanding that they overturn President Joe Biden's victory. On Tuesday night, MSNBC host Joy Reid asked former federal prosecutor Glenn Kirschner whether it sounds like Georgia authorities are building a conspiracy to commit election fraud case against Trump. Take a look.
Glenn, I am going to start with you. Let me play one more little bit of Trump threatening the Georgia Secretary of State. This is Brad Raffensperger v. Trump. This is on January 2nd of last year.
You've taken a state that's a Republican state, and you've made it almost impossible for a Republican to win because of cheating, because they cheated like nobody's ever cheated before. You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. And you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk.
Glenn, when you look at what Fannie Alexander, what AG Alexander is doing in Georgia, does it look to you like, including meeting in person with Trump's lawyers and Trump and his lawyers, that she's building a conspiracy to commit election fraud case?
Yeah, absolutely. And what a telling clip you just played, Joy, because not only was he trying to corruptly steal the election, he was threatening Georgia state election officials with retribution, retaliation, if they don't corruptly throw him the election. It is mind-boggling, the crimes he committed. But when I heard Donald Trump's unhinged statement, I believe it was back on December 17th. He was lashing out at district attorneys and state attorneys general and Dem law enforcement agencies. The first thing this old prosecutor heard, and I said it back then, is somebody just told Donald Trump's defense team he's about to be indicted. Let me tell you, these meetings that we have with the defense teams of targets of our grand jury investigations, I've had many of them myself. Most often we have them in large-scale corruption cases, fraud cases, white-collar cases, not so much in violent crime cases. But what we do is right before we take that final trip into the grand jury and ask them to vote on criminal charges and return an indictment, we invite the defense team in. We say, listen, maybe we're looking at this wrong. If you have any exculpatory evidence, if you have any evidence that could exonerate your client, if we're barking up the wrong tree, maybe we didn't hear what we heard on the recorded call with Brad Raffensperger, unlikely, but still, we are inviting you to provide that exonerating information. And then you know what? We'll look at it and we'll assess it before we walk into the grand jury that one last time and ask them to indict Donald Trump. That likely happened, as we've now seen based on the reporting. That's what set Trump off. And it feels like, the Georgia state prosecutors might be the first ones out of the blocks on the race for justice again.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe and join others who like their news raw too.